Today is the day we launch again the 2025 Jeff Tweedy double deep body signature Martin guitar. I love this guitar so much that I bought the original 2019 version myself. They've made a noticeable upgrade for the 2025 version. It is making me slightly jealous of this one. Check out empiremusic.com for all of our Martin guitars. Here's the Martin 00 DB Jeff Tweedy. All right, here it is. We're bringing you the newest Martin guitars. First, check out empiremusic.com. You know that we do full pro setups, dialing every guitar into the best of their ability. I always say, what's that mean? If you were a touring artist and you went to Martin's factory, how would they hand you the guitar? That's how we're delivering it to you. We're totally dialing in, maximizing all the playability. We always take your trades. There's a trade-in portal right on the front of empiremusic.com. Tell us what you have to trade and what you're after, and we'll get you hooked up. We always provide shipping labels. We make it easy breezy. And lastly, we can only carry a handful of brands, but we carry them super deep, massive Martin guitar collection, custom shop standards, signature models, whatever it is you want. We got one of my favorite Martins of all time. I love, it's funny because I just shot another all mahogany guitar here just a little bit ago. All mahogany acoustic guitars. I think they're amazing. I bought the 2019 Jeff Tweedy model. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not all that familiar with Wilco. It's not a band that I particularly follow. I know Jeff is considered to be a really prolific songwriter and just like someone that has a tasty tone when he's writing and playing. And I couldn't argue after playing this guitar. If you've followed Empire for a long time, you know our 20th anniversary guitar, which was 5 years ago, was a 0015 deep body that I modeled after my purchase of the original Jeff Tweedy model. Deep body guitars are kind of like a sleeper way to make a size of guitar that you like more robust. And being a 00 guitars can be a little thin, not as resonant. There's all sorts of stuff happening on this guitar under the hood that make it really, really special. So we're taking the guitar deeper. It's about a ½ inch deeper than a standard 00. So way more bass. You can hear it. Super chunky. I love that. That's partially mahogany and also for a 00 guitar, really resonant, really robust. So you have FSC certified, so really environmentally friendly mahogany top, back, and sides in a Tweedy burst. It's cool. Inside you have scalloped European spruce braces. Super powerful. This gives you all that headroom and all that character. That's a big upgrade in the bracing, and that was in the original model as well. The big way to upgrade your guitar is take that wood that's bracing it and take it to a higher level. We do that in the custom shop all the time. So a sneaky good way to give you tons of resonance, headroom out of a guitar. The mahogany is obviously a little bit stiffer than spruce. It's not as loud. And you take a 00, even if it's a deep body, it's not going to be as profound sounding in terms of its output. Well, you add the deep body, you add that European spruce bracing, you scallop it. Now we've got something with a guitar that's got a lot to say. Now the big upgrade in my eyes is we went to ebony fingerboard and bridge. The guitar that I have has a Richlight fingerboard and bridge, and Richlight, while it's super stable and super eco-friendly, definitely not better than ebony. You know, there's just no way around it. The ebony feels better, it sounds better, and I'm really happy that it has ebony on this one. I'm disappointed that mine doesn't, but que sera, sera. That's how much I like the guitar because I thought it performed so well. Also, it's got this modified V-neck, which this is going to be the magic question of the guitar. What's it feel like? You know, V-necks, like a Clapton, everyone thinks of these huge, huge necks. It really isn't that way. To me, a V-neck fits your hand so naturally. It's just so comfortable that I don't even think about it. Actually, I think it feels really, really good. and fits kind of like that pocket in your hand. So super cozy and comfortable there, which we can't argue about. Now sonically, I think what's really cool about this guitar is you have the mahogany, which gives you warmth and like this lushness, right? You have the European scallop braces, which open it up and give you bottom end. All really important things. Then they pair it with a 25.4-inch full scale. So you have full scale note separation, punch. So now it's going to cut through. It doesn't get soggy on you. Really just beautiful. So that's extra, like you're not going to a short scale, which kind of sound clunky and thuddy. Now each note speaks. It's got tons of sustain from the bracing, you know, and you get that extra air movement happening because your body's a little bit deeper. And so when you strum through, a lot of body. I mean, it's crazy sustain. Listen to that. And just for something, I'm gonna, I guess, take you to this unintended place from my direction here. If you've ever gone to your elementary school, if you remember back to your music classes, your kids go to school, go into the general music classroom and hit a low note on the piano and see what happens. When that, you just hold it, it goes like this, wall, right? It falls apart because the sound is not dissipating equally and it just sounds awful. Here you have amazing tone structure of each note. Smooth. That is really impressive, and just speaks to the construction of the instrument, the tone wood selection, and really how Martin put it together. It's just a really well thought out guitar, because you know, when we work with the custom shop all the time, it's just like, we don't like to build like a, you know, we're not going to build you like a green D28. Like there's lots of shops that basically take a guitar and cosmetically change it and they'll add maple binding, you know, to something special. And that's cool if you like those guitars. For us, we're always thinking about ways to maximize the sound of a guitar and the science behind that. And that's really exciting to us when someone like, you know, does this on their own. And Martin is obviously just like builds all these really smart guitars. The bracing on this with the deep body along with the scale length is like a total home run. And you can hear that because somewhere where mahogany guitars excel usually is you come up here, right? All these notes sound lovely because you're high up, you're not expecting a ton of bottom end. So you hear it up there and you go, oh, that's nice. And you capo it and it's like nice and warm. And you can do all those things, great. But then you come down here and it goes, woof. It just sounds like Charlie Brown's Teacher. It's just noise coming out. And here you don't have that at all. That note separation is a perfect marriage of bracing, scale length, and tone woods. And it's something that, what is really cool about a brand like Martin, and this is information I get at the factory that always blows my mind, you know, internally, Martin has like 185 bracing patterns that they can use in a guitar. That's how many have been used over the history of designing Martin guitars. An outrageous amount. They have every tool at their fingertips to maximize an instrument like this. And obviously they work with the artist and you know what they want, but in this instance, this is clearly their deep knowledge of understanding when you take an instrument's body shape, you make it slightly different, you deepen it. Okay, we've got to think about that. Then we put a mahogany top on it, which isn't the standard for most guitars. It's spruce, right? We've got to think about that. And then when they decide to create the scale length, what are they going to do to get the best sound out of it? It's just so smart, and it ends up like when you're playing it, you're not thinking about any of those things, right? You're not thinking about, oh man, I'm so happy they put the scale length with this European spruce scallop bracing. That shouldn't be going through your brain, right? But what you hear is this amazing, to have this warm, guitar that can open up big with the bracing, right? So you have the deeper body. You hear that, you're like, oh, that's really interesting, right? But if we want to play these delicate notes, have all this roundness to them because they've been given this deep body with the mahogany top. But what didn't it do? It didn't just get all garbled and mushy. And man, that's amazing, because I would typically tell players that, as the great Bob Taylor once told me, he said, you know, Joe, you can have anything you want. You just can't have everything you want. Talking about guitars. And it's so true, right? And it's like, obviously this guitar doesn't sound like a big dreadnought or whatever. But in this instance, usually you'd have to make the decision between, do I want that warmth? And I want to deal with a little bit of muffled nature of the guitar, and that's just kind of life. Or do I want the clarity and kind of lose the roundness and the woodiness of it? And here, they've done a masterful job of giving you the delicate, with still in the focus of the notes, with all the note separation, but the maturity of the mahogany top that you're expecting, and the focus of that double O. They don't lose the focus of the double O shape by deepening it. It's just like really incredible getting to work with the team at Martin and in the custom shop, because we do so much of it, and learning all these things. Then you see it come out in a signature model. We're like, oh, this isn't just, hey, not that it's just a D28 or something like that. It's just a matter of like, they thought those guitars through, and they're going for a very specific sound that's been being recreated over the history of time. This guitar didn't exist. So when they put this together, they really had an opportunity to have a blank slate based on what the artist wanted, which is obviously a small body guitar that sounded huge, right? That's what they wanted, with a lot of warmth. That's what I'm guessing, when Jeff worked with them, he liked small guitars. He wanted something round. He already known he wanted mahogany, but he needs to sound a little bit fuller and fatter than that. Oh, man. The team at Martin nailed it. If you go to empiremusic.com, you'll see this is a gorgeous guitar. It's limited in nature. I think ours is number 28 ever produced, which is really cool, the 2025 version. Again, it's all mahogany, top, back, and sides. It's got a modified V-neck. It's standard scale length, the 25.4. That European scalloped bracing, which European spruce, unbelievable. It just sounds really, really good. Feels great in your hands. So cozy because it's double O. It's easy to hold. That extra depth, you don't even notice it's there until you strum, because that's where you hear all the sound. Check out empiremusic.com. Hit the trade-in portal. We dial every guitar in with our pro setup. You know that. We're going to get you the right guitar from Martin, but most importantly, we're going to get you one that plays better than all the rest, because our techs are amazing and they work their behinds off, meeting the demands of the manufacturer and spec setups, and the sales guys here upstairs that help you on the phone and in person, making sure you're getting the best playing example. Please check out empiremusic.com if you haven't already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is the 2025 release of the WODB Jeff Tweedy from Martin Guitars. Thanks so much for watching.